Welcome to the Catamount Football Show with Coach Matt Land. I'm Bill Mayo, and on this week's show, we'll take a look back at the game with the Sonoraville Phoenix and this week's upcoming contest with the Sprayberry Yellow Jackets. So stay right here with more Catamount football in just a minute.
This is Roadrunner Coach Tony Engel. I want you to join another winning team with my friends at Advanced Insurance Strategies. They offer you great service, but more importantly, they offer you the assurance that you're protected today and against whatever tomorrow may bring. After all, isn't peace of mind what insurance is all about? Call my good friend David Pennington at Advanced Insurance Strategies today at 706-226-0186. Beep, beep.
The Catamount and the Chick-fil-A Cow are teaming up to provide you an awesome tailgate meal each home game from 5:30 to kickoff. Be sure to be here by 6 o'clock for the catwalk and get your Chick-fil-A meal for only $6. Chick-fil-A Dalton reminds you to eat more chicken
and go be great!
Dalton Utilities has been a part of our community since 1889, meeting the needs of a growing industry that is now known throughout the world. Over 125 years later, Dalton Utilities is still invested in our community's success, providing safe and affordably priced utility services to help run your home and business. For electricity, natural gas, water, and wastewater services, you can always rely on Dalton Utilities, your hometown connection.
I was tired of being limited by my knee pain.
I fell while riding my bike and needed a partial hip replacement.
I was kicking the ball and I felt a snap.
From joint replacements to complex spinal surgeries, Hamilton Medical Center's experts know how to get you back in the game. Quality and expertise matter. Hamilton Medical Center is Joint Commission certified in hip, knee, and shoulder replacement surgery. If pain is keeping you on the sidelines, get your life back with the help of Hamilton Medical Center.
Back to Catamount football and Coach Land. Let's talk a little bit about Friday night's game against Sonoraville. Just like floodgate opened, didn't it?
Yeah.
We had first drive where we ended up not scoring, but then after that, it just kind of doors
open up. Yeah, you go into the game and we'd sat down and had so many things that we kind of needed to accomplish. Certainly some things offensively we wanted to work on. I know defensively they had some things they wanted to work on, and unfortunately the first thing that happens is an injury to Malik Coleman, one of our outside linebackers, which we should mention. We're going to miss him, so please keep him in your thoughts and prayers. So that kind of changed the defensive game plan. Then offensively, we kind of had that stalled first drive, and then we get the ball at the 25, and then we get suddenly so suddenly it's 21-0 in the first quarter, and it's like, well, okay, can't do that, that. So we played the first half just all the way through, exactly what we would do. We're able to work on some things, and then I think the best thing about the game was second half, able to get a lot of those young guys in that certainly deserve the opportunity to play, and they came in and played real well, offensively and defensively.
Got the fourth quarter was the second team JV guys.
That's right.
Both offensively and defensively, and
That's
I think
right.
They all played and did pretty well. Like you said, I watched
Absolutely.
the film and some things to work on, but it's nice to see those guys get their first dose of Friday night action.
Well, and kind of going back and looking a little bit at the game, people don't really understand, if you're just watching a game, how the ebb and flow of the game changes. That three technique's not going to do the same thing every series. Coaches are adjusting, so you guys are having to constantly adjust. Same thing's happening on offense. They kind of changed their offense a little bit as the game went on. They had some success early on. Coach Carpenter and the staff made a few adjustments, shut it down. They tried something new, and then from that point until the uncle moment that we call it, where you kind of tap out, is a constant evolution of trying new things. But that's a very good football team. Certainly for 3A, it's a very good football team, and I think they'll have a lot of success down the road.
They do. They have some good athletes. You don't want to take that win lightly. They have some good athletes. They had some really good-looking linemen and some good-looking skill kids.
That's right.
And it just got out of hand pretty quickly because of some field position things. But they were well coached, hard-nosed football team.
They are, and you can't underestimate the power of that kick that when you look at Ivan Moore, a 48-yard field goal,
right,
and then kicks 5 of the 8 kickoffs touchbacks. In fact, kicked 1 out of the end zone, completely out of the end zone. So when you're forcing a high school offense to go 80 yards every single series, that's a game changer. I mean, that really changed. I don't care who it is, and that is certainly one of the most valuable weapons that we have. We can talk about all the recruits and all that. At the end of the day, Ivan Moore proved really the worth of a kicker, much to your dismay. But at the end of the day, I mean, he did another outstanding job. We had one bad snafu, and
But the kind of kid he is, he was mad at himself after that.
Oh, God, you thought we'd lost the game at halftime. I mean, he was down for missing an extra point,
right,
you know. He kicked 8 extra points, you know, so it's kind of like.
And a 48-yard field goal.
Yeah, and a 48, yeah.
But that's great, though. I mean,
that's
he's
his
that
character,
focused.
though,
That's
too.
right.
That's his character, no doubt.
We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with more Catamount football in just a minute.
Hi, I'm Dr. Reginald Sherrill. Are you tired of sweaty underarms and dealing with deodorant stains on your clothes? We're performing a procedure called Mirror Dry. It's safe, non-invasive, sweat and odor-free, deodorant-free. It is clinically proven and FDA approved. I've had the procedure and it really works. The procedure takes about 1 hour, it's local anesthesia, and works immediately. Call our office, Dalton Plastic Surgery, 706-226-3311. 706-226-3311.
Train like a pro at Performance Sports Academy. Get one-on-one training from former professional and collegiate players, featuring indoor baseball and softball training facilities, ground ball area, 3 pitching mounds, and 4 batting cages. Performance Sports Academy is also available for team rentals. Call 706-537-3169 today and train like a pro at Performance Sports Academy.
Honesty, integrity, and hard work, leadership, quality, and value. Just a few words to describe the company and people that make up Shaw Industries. Shaw Industries, the world's leading carpet manufacturer, is proud to be a sponsor of Dalton Catamount Football. Shaw Industries, where great floors begin.
Welcome back to the Catamount Football Show, and we have our player interview segment. Guys, welcome to the show, and introduce yourselves, please.
I'm Nathan Moore, a senior defensive end, number 51. I'm
Caden Stokes. I'm a senior left tackle, number 59.
All right, Nathan, let's start with you. First off, talk to us about you've had a rough trail getting here to your senior year, but it's going really well so far. But kind of go back over where you've been in your journey to get here.
Yeah. Well, freshman year, it started pretty much just like everybody else, having a good time, you know, playing in the freshman games. And it was a really good start. I got to play some kickoff my freshman year, and I was like, you know, man, this is all I wanted it to be. And then sophomore year, tearing my ACL in spring practice, it was definitely tough. I really missed being with the team that whole season. And then, unfortunately, I had a similar issue junior year, and I was forced to miss that season. And it was really tough, but Miss Clark, she helped me get back healthy, and along with all the guys at AOSM and Dr. Wilson, and it was tough to battle back, but I'm definitely glad that I'm able to play right now.
Absolutely. So this year probably means, I know it means a lot to everybody, but for you particularly, kind of talk about what this year means for you and your feeling of that first game against Calhoun, getting to run out there on the field.
Yeah, it was awesome. That's a moment I'll definitely never forget. This year, it's obviously very important because it's my senior year of football season, but honestly, I am trying to squeeze pretty much 3 years of fun into one football season. And so I'm just out there just really trying to enjoy every moment, but make sure I'm doing my job at the same time. But right now, it's a blast. It's a whole lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, speaking of your football job, let's talk about that a little bit. Tell me about your role on the defense this year.
Well, on the defensive end, me and Nick Faulkner were the 2 defensive ends, and right now I'm the rush, the weak side. So pretty much I just do my responsibilities, read my blocks, and make sure to keep the blockers off the linebackers so that we can make tackles. Because that's the thing about our defense, and my role in it is we all play some pretty simple roles, but all together, we're a really solid defense, and that's what makes it work together. So really I just try to focus on doing my little part.
Being a weak side end, though, you're typically matched up on an offensive tackle, and those guys can be pretty big.
Yes, sir.
So tell me about that part of, you're not competing against a tight end all the time. Most of the time a big offensive lineman. Tell me about that.
Yes, sir. It's definitely a challenge sometimes when you go up against some really big guys. You really have to make sure you're staying low and using your leverage because these guys are almost always at least 280. And so you really got to make sure you're doing the little things right because against bigger guys, the fundamentals are what works. And so that's what I just try to focus on.
Absolutely. You're doing a great job. I know you had a great game Friday night. Caden, let's talk to you a little bit now. Talk about your role this year as an offensive lineman. You had a similar situation last year, played a couple games, got hurt. Talk about that.
Yeah, last year played about 2 games, got in on the first drive against North Atlanta, and broke my arm. But luckily, because of the people at AOSM, like how Nathan was saying, and Miss Clark helped me get back on my feet, I was able to come back for the playoffs that year. So I got really lucky with that. And then really what I'm doing on the offensive line is me and Jake are kind of working to lead some of the younger guys like Ivan and Dylan in there, calling TOs, calling what kind of pass blocks that we have and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Now Friday night we put you in a little different situation. You went in and you've been kind of our unofficial backup center, but you went in and played a series at center. How was that transition from left tackle to center?
It's a lot different. It's a lot more pressure even before the snap of the ball because you just got to make sure that you're getting the ball back there every time. But I don't think it went as bad as it could have.
You did a good job. I think one of the things that we've done, the philosophy, is having you guys learn multiple positions. Mm-hmm. How is that? How do you think that benefits us that we got guys that can play 2 or 3 different positions at times?
I mean, obviously the first thing that it helps you with is, injuries and stuff like that. If somebody gets injured, somebody can step up. And then also thinking past high school football, you're more marketable to colleges.
Right.
You can say this guy can play guard and center, this guy can play guard and tackle, stuff
Absolutely.
Like that.
Absolutely. So how do you feel after Friday night, the game? How do you think the game went for us?
How do you think the game for the offensive line? I thought we did really well. I think I had a little bit of trouble with a sack in there, maybe missing some TOs and things like that, but overall I thought that it was a major improvement over Northwest.
So no dinner, right?
Eliminated that. We'll have to talk about that. We got to talk about that.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming on. Y'all do a great job. Appreciate everything you do for Catamount Football. Look forward to watching the rest of the season. So right here, we'll be back with more Catamount Football after these messages.
Thank goodness it's football time again here in North Georgia. There's nothing like the smell of the grass and the roar of the crowd under the lights on Friday night. Football is a way of life in Dalton, Georgia, and so is the Oakwood Cafe. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, our team is dedicated to serving you the best meal in this area. So next time you're hungry, head on down to the Oakwood Cafe. Your stomach will be glad you did. Oakwood Cafe, for the people, by our people.
Transformers is proud to present 2 new things that are happening here. BG Products and Mr. Rick Patton is your new Center Service Manager. Welcome aboard, Rick.
Thank you so much, Charles. I feel truly blessed to be here. And yes, we have a complete lineup of BG products to serve all of our customers' maintenance needs.
So don't just trust your automobile with anyone. Come to Transformers, transmission and complete auto repair specialists. We can make it shift, we can make it cold, we can make it stop, and we guarantee with BG Products, we can make it go.
Thank you, God bless.
This is Roadrunner Coach Tony Engel. I want you to join another winning team with my friends at Advanced Insurance Strategies. They offer you great service, but more importantly, they offer you the assurance that you're protected today and against whatever tomorrow may bring. After all, isn't peace of mind what insurance is all about? Call my good friend David Pennington at Advanced Insurance Strategies today at 706-226-0186. Beep, beep.
A Level 3 neonatal intensive care unit.
An accredited chest pain center.
Advanced imaging.
Comprehensive and convenient medical care.
The #1 hospital in Northwest Georgia, Chattanooga, for overall hospital care.
Quality and expertise matter. Hamilton Medical Center is here, meeting your health needs with compassion, healing, and excellence.
Back to Catamount Football, and we continue our player interviews, and we got Mr. Zeke. Zeke, introduce yourself, please.
I'm Zeke Cobb. I'm a senior, number 8, and I play wide receiver.
Now, it's kind of fitting we got you on here by yourself because a lot of times out on the field you're lined up by yourself. Kind of talk about that role for you. Even when we've got 4 receivers, a lot of times you're matched up on your own over there.
I mean, it's kind of it's a challenge when you're out there by yourself. It's just you in the corner out there, and you gotta really when your number's called, you gotta make the play and get the ball.
Now, with the other guys we had on, we had a couple guys with Nathan and Caden that had been through some injuries. You have too. Talk about your rehab and your progress back and how you've come back full speed.
I mean, it hurt not playing last season, and I've been rehabbing and working hard this whole off season and stuff like that, and it's just fun, like in the sense I got back and out there and playing with my other guys.
Yeah, we've added some new schemes to our offense. How has that benefited you? What do you think about that?
I mean, I think it fits us now. We got a lot of skilled players on the team now, so it's good to get the ball to in everybody's hands and especially mine. How
about the work with you and JP? The relationship between quarterback and receiver. Tell me about that.
I mean, we really got a good chemistry going on. Me and JP, we're really good friends and stuff like that. So it's kind of like we're it's not like we're like probably.
You guys are on the same page.
Yeah,
right?
we're on the same page.
You
so
work well together in practice and work well together in the games. Now, one of you catch the ball really well, but one of also things you do a great job of is running after the catch. And I know you like to run the football. Kind of tell me your feelings on that.
I mean, after I get the ball, I really just turn into a running back where I used to play in middle school in rec ball, and I just try to fight for extra yards and try to eventually score a touchdown.
Absolutely. Well, you're doing a great job, and we certainly look forward to watching the rest of the season. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
So right here back with more Catamount Football after these messages.
The Catamount and the Chick-fil-A Cow are teaming up to provide you an awesome tailgate meal each home game from 5:30 to kickoff. Be sure to be here by 6 o'clock for the catwalk and get your Chick-fil-A meal for only $6. Chick-fil-A Dalton reminds you to eat more chicken and go be great!
When you contact Dalton Utilities, you're speaking to someone from your community, maybe even someone you know. After all, this is our hometown too. Our customers are our neighbors and friends. Protecting our customers and the environment are top priorities at Dalton Utilities. For electricity, natural gas, water, and wastewater services, you can always rely on Dalton Utilities, your hometown connection.
Hi, I'm Dr. Reginald Sherrill. Are you tired of sweaty underarms and dealing with deodorant stains on your clothes? We're performing a procedure called Mirror Dry. It's safe, non-invasive, sweat and odor-free, deodorant-free. It is clinically proven and FDA approved. I've had the procedure and it really works. The procedure takes about 1 hour, it's local anesthesia, and works immediately. Call our office, Dalton Plastic Surgery, 706-226-3311. 706-226-3311.
We're back to Catamount Football, and we got Coach Scott Thompson. Coach, welcome to the show. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Well, every year we get to have you guys on, like having all the assistant coaches on, but kind of tell everybody about your duties with the Catamount football team.
Well, I'm the defensive back coach on the football field, but throughout the year I'm director of athletic performance for all athletes at Dalton High School.
Well, let's talk a little bit first about your football responsibilities. Talk about what you do with the defensive backs and your position group.
Well, I'm responsible on prepping for the game, charting all passes, receivers, and seeing what type of talent they have. And with that, day to day, I'm with the defensive backs, trying to get them ready for the game coming up.
Yeah. I think one of the things that we talked about with you in the past is the communication aspect. You've got a big group with 3 or 4 defensive backs, depending on what we're out on the field at one time. And same with offensive line. They have to be able to communicate with each other. But you guys are spread across 50 yards, whereas the linemen aren't quite that spread that far. Talk about the communication aspect of playing defensive back and how important it is for them to all be on the same page.
Well, communication is critical in every phase of the game, but especially as a defensive back. If you look at during a game, Coach Carpenter's at the line of scrimmage with Coach Rigdon, and he's signaling plays, which goes to the corner, to the outside backer, to the linebackers, and across the field. And I'm usually about 30 or 40 yards down the field where I can see through my free safety to the backside corner, signaling in the coverage that we have, and it's crucial.
As we've moved up in classifications, what's been the biggest change you've seen in the offenses that we've faced over the last several years, especially in the passing game, maybe?
Well, when you're in 3A or 4A, basically you have your tight end flexes out to be your when you go to a doubles formation, they're going to be one of your receivers. One thing in 6A, 5A, and 6A is that they have plenty of receivers.
Right.
So we're able to substitute when the offense substitutes. So if a tight end comes out, puts in another receiver, we pretty much know what package they're going to be in. So what we like to do is have a different coverage for that, or different defense.
I think one of the things you guys have done a good job of defensively is you've got guys that fulfill certain roles, and they might be in on certain down and distances during the game. Kind of explain how that's benefited the defense.
Well, we've come up with a philosophy. You know, you may be the number 3 corner or the number 2 safety, but we worry about putting the best group on the field. So we have a group of young men on our defense that are sold out to the team aspect, and they understand. You know, Grant Goldberg plays a lot of defensive back for me, but on third downs, I put Kyrick in there at times. Goldberg has stepped up his game, and he's done an outstanding job. So I really haven't had to do that the last 2 games, and you know, it's just a team atmosphere out there.
Right. Hey, let's talk about the other aspect of your role with Dalton High now. You went away from, you were the track coach for a long time.
Yes, sir.
Went away from track coach to athletic performance.
Yes, sir.
Kind of talk about what your responsibilities are and how, because now you're working with all the athletes at the school.
Well, for about 4 years, I did track and the strength coach at the same time, and it was a lot. It was a lot. So I decided, sat down with my wife Tiffany and talked about it, and stepped down from track so I could do the strength training full time. We start in the summer, and we'll have from 6:30 to 7:30 to 8. We'll have the varsity football players. From 8:30 to 9, we'll have the freshmen, and then from 10 to 11, we'll have all athletes that want to come in and work out. We've had this year we had pretty much all sports. We had basketball, girls and boys basketball. We had baseball. We had cross country, track, and we worked them out during the football season when football's going on. Coach Wicks and Coach Cheeves is in there working with their soccer players, and they pretty much open the weight room up for the other athletes to come in. And then once football's over with, I'll step back in right immediately in after school into the weight room and work the athletes out after school. And it's the continuity that is built has been unbelievable.
Well, and I think it's such a benefit because we share so many athletes across different sports, whether it's girls that play softball and basketball or boys that do basketball and track or whatever the combinations are.
Yes.
Football, baseball, that we share so many athletes.
We share I think out of 2,100 athletes, we only have about 400 to 500 that participate in Georgia high school athletic events. So yes, we have to share them, and you know, the great thing is we have coaches that are all on the same page. They believe in what we're doing, and they understand we're not going to squat them on leg day, squat them on game day. So they know we're going to take care of them because we have to take care of our athletes.
Absolutely. Before we close off this segment, update us real quick on your family. They're growing up, right?
It's amazing. Been here 16 years. I've got a beautiful wife, Tiffany Thompson, works at Brookwood Elementary. I've got a 7th grader, Taylor Thompson, that's participating in volleyball right now. I've got Jamie, that is dance and basketball. She is 10, and I got Clayton.
He's into everything.
He's into everything. He plays everything. He's 7, and it's it's awesome to see them after the game on Friday night. So they were a little bit upset. This last Friday, the Sonoraville wouldn't let them on the field to get out there and run around, but you know, it's the joy of my life.
All right. Well, thank you for everything you do for Catamount Football and Catamount Athletics. We certainly appreciate it.
Thank you.
Stay right here, back with more Catamount Football in just a minute.
Train like a pro at Performance Sports Academy. Get one-on-one training from former professional and collegiate players, featuring indoor baseball and softball training facilities, ground ball area, 3 pitching mounds, and 4 batting cages. Performance Sports Academy is also available for team rentals. Call 706-537-3169 today and train like a pro at Performance Sports Academy.
Honesty, integrity, and hard work, leadership, quality, and value. Just a few words to describe the company and people that make up Shaw Industries. Shaw Industries, the world's leading carpet manufacturer, is proud to be a sponsor of Dalton Catamount Football. Shaw Industries, where great floors begin.
Thank goodness it's football time again here in North Georgia. There's nothing like the smell of the grass and the roar of the crowd under the lights on Friday night. Football is a way of life in Dalton, Georgia, and so is the Oakwood Cafe. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, our team is dedicated to serving you the best meal in this area. So next time you're hungry, head on down to the Oakwood Cafe. Your stomach will be glad you did. Oakwood Cafe, for the people, by our people.
All right, Coach, we've come to the highlights. Beautiful evening in Sonoraville. Field was nice. Maybe it's been a little bit warm, but
yeah,
good color there.
Seeing all that red.
Yeah, all that red.
Jumps off the HD screen of Brandon's here. Yeah, it was a very, very good night for football. Once again, you'll see the stands were full, both sides. Yeah, just a great high school experience. Start with a good kickoff here by Ivan Moore, one of 5 that he puts in the end zone, one of 8 he'll kick on the night. Defense comes out, starts out with a big play by Max Maynor. Max is just doing an outstanding job playing right now, and certainly you don't have enough 300-pounders.
Right.
And, so good to have one that can move like Max. So great play right there on a very good quarterback. Let me say that little jitterbug, that sucker can get around everywhere. Good play right here by Grant Goldberg. Our corners did an outstanding job. Had a big height disparity. In the middle of these places where we lost Melise Coleman, a little friendly fire took her something to roll into his ankle, and he's going to be out for some extended time, we're afraid. Great play by Nathan Moore. Frustration we have every day in practice, inability to run the screen against them because they're so good on the screen. You'll see him reading his key.
Quarterback
coming right
throwback.
Back. That's right, quarterback throwback. So just a great play right there. Good Tucker and Harrison Hughes getting in there.
Come back on offense, throw a slant there. Good job. JP counting the box, and just
That's right.
When they got too many in there, he's going to throw it out there.
Good job, Marshall.
Yep.
Phillips making one of our senior wide receivers. Now there's one of those athletes you was talking about, number 40 right there. He was a good-looking kid.
62. He was a good athlete too.
Very, very
22.
good.
They're some good guys.
And they 2 platooned as well.
Yeah.
They play both ways.
Just a little stopper out to Zeke. Picks up the first down, fighting for some extra yards there. They can't get him down.
That's right.
But we end up having to kick here. Not the way you want to start your first possession.
No, not at all. Ivan averaged over 40 yards again, had 3 inside the 10-yard line. Just proving to be a real weapon in our passing game. Little rollout action here and little bootleg, and almost had him just a step behind. Tried to run the zone off the goal line. Matthew Howell and Nick Faulkner. Nick Faulkner playing another solid game for us. Come back out one more time. Going to try to throw a same pass. Colton does a good job of getting on him quick. Nick Faulkner, and forces him, makes him throw the ball a little sooner than he wanted to here.
Nick's really playing well.
Boy, I'm telling you, he is playing very, very well right now.
JP rolling out. Good pickup by Kyrick on the blitz. Hits Zeke down the field.
And a great job by Zeke adjusting his route. He actually should have had a post there, and literally the free safety just takes off running, and he can't get underneath or get over the top of him, so he cuts underneath him, and JP does a good job delivering the ball.
Good lead block by Keith there, and there's Kyrick doing his thing.
Oh,
nice
big
cleanup block by Zeke. And a little extracurricular
little throw into the
activity
sand pit
over there on the sand pit.
Yeah, great job right here.
Yep, there's a good dog by Dylan Cole.
Boom.
Good football play. Good job.
They proved to be, a couple of their guys proved to be a little extracurricular.
Here comes the jumbo package. We got Tucker and JW, John Wesley in the game.
Tucker Sumner comes in at tight end for us.
John's at power back, and they go blowing it up in the end zone. 22 wasn't too excited about taking on 90. I don't think I would have been either.
No, I wouldn't either. Yeah, not at all.
I probably would have done the same thing.
Yeah, I think they did the smart thing. Olay, just get to the side. And this is where it kind of pretty much begins to open up. Here you see right here, Ivan kicking it out of the end zone. Unbelievable. Little inside zone, and great play by Jacob Ferguson right there. Jacob played a solid game for us. You see a big shot right there of Big Boy on the sidelines. Try to cover that up a little bit. Great job right here. Good coverage. Grant Goldberg on the side right there. Also Harrison Hughes. Force them into a punt. And this is a kind of a one of those things that you don't want to do unless it works.
And there he goes.
And there he goes. In fact, that was one of the coaches asked me, said, "What'd you tell him on the sideline?" I said, "Don't ever do that again unless it works." Yeah. You know, that's one of those things. It's crazy, but the ball was on the ground. It wasn't moving as far as, you know, it was a safe bounce. And I hate to say this, you don't even have an idea what they're doing. I mean, it's almost like they're walking off without downing the ball. And we're coaching high school kids.
It's just a heads-up play by Kyrick.
Right.
It really is.
That's really what it is.
And by our punt return kids to react
that's
and
right.
get out there and start picking up people.
Yeah, I would like to say that we put that in, but that's not the case.
Come back with the jumbo fellas again. Keith, Tucker, nice block by Keith right there, picking up the linebacker, scraping over the top, watch number 4. Bam, right there.
Good job right there.
Good job.
And you're just not going to get lower than number 4.
No.
You may hit him hard, but you're not going to be lower than number 4. So 14-0, first quarter. Run the dive. Good job right there, just closing it down. Good job, Tucker Sumner. Tucker played another solid game for us. And right there, great job. I think that's Justice Washington on the fumble. What a great play by him, and so excited for him. You're talking about a guy that has put his time in on scout team, earned his way into a playing position, and it's great to depend on guys like that.
Come back, little quick pass to Sam. Nice move by Sam there. Sam the Rat, as I call him.
I was about to say,
he
affectionately known as Sam the Rat. That's right.
Because he's so quick.
He is quick.
Here comes back with Keith. It's always good to get the number 4 touchdown.
That's right. You got to pay the workers, don't you? Right.
That's right. So it's now 21-0. Into the second quarter now.
That's right. Great job right here by Matthew Howell coming off the corner, and then almost a scooping score by Harrison Norman. Good job of keeping his eyes up, seeing the ball. I'm sure this will be on replay right here. You'll see him coming off the side. Just a great job by Matthew Howell, and certainly a heads-up play right here by Harrison Norman. Ball's on the ground. You see him run over. He picks it up. Almost has a score. Almost has a score.
Come back with the toss sweep. Kyrick just picks his way in the end zone. Good blocking up front. Good job by Keith kicking out.
Yep, great job right there. Offensive line played really solid again for us. Aaron Frere playing at tight end, Ivan Calderon, A.J. Womble. Those guys just did an outstanding job. Caden Stokes, Dylan Cole, Jake Brock. Those guys just really, really played good. Once again, great play right here by Harrison Norman staying at home. And then, man, you just love seeing a bevy of those white jerseys or red jerseys when we're playing at home around the ball. And Harrison almost has another pick-off there.
Come back. JP running the zone. Keeps the ball there. Picks up a few yards. And here comes Nasir in.
A little different flavor.
A little different flavor, absolutely. We got to get him the ball more.
A little different speed.
Yes, a lot different speed. End up having to kick here, and
I think this is what Ivan was a little more upset about, more than maybe missing it right here. He hated that right there because that was we potentially had a shutout here, and we hate to lose that. That's important for our defense.
It's 28-7. Kyrick on a nice run there.
Offense comes in and responds very well instead of giving them an opportunity to kind of get back in it. Great play right there by Zeke.
We had some tempo issues on this. Well, that's a late hit. But we had some tempo issues with the guys not getting set before JP was snapping the ball. It's just something that when you change speed, sometimes they got to get themselves adjusted and get ready to go. And the quarterback's got to let them get set. But good throw there.
Yeah, that's a great play right there.
Good catch. Move down, kick a field goal, 48 yards.
And we should say this: he kicks that off the ground. He's not kicking that off of an elevated tee. He's kicking that just like a soccer ball on the ground. You can't do that. You couldn't have done that last week at Northwest.
Right.
That grass was
a little bumpy.
little bumpy, a little shaggy, but certainly here he was able to do that, and then certainly kicks it then another one out of the back of the end zone. So ball's at the 20 once again, and just great pursuit by our defense right there, extending it down the line. Tariq Terry coming in from the backside, good hustle. Maddox Houghton playing just another solid game for us. Good tackle right there by Tariq Terry.
Come back on offense. Throwing the ball down the field. And there goes Zeke. Good protection, good throw, good catch.
And as we tell our guys, hold the ball through the end of the end zone.
Right.
Unlike those guys that we see on Saturdays that drop it too soon. Great pass right there. Just steps right up, and a great pocket by our offensive line. Steps right up.
Good job.
Yeah, great job.
Executed play.
And there's Jay Alvarado, another young man that's worked hard in the weight room in all season that we're getting some really, really quality reps out of right now.
Come to the end of the first half, and we'll be back with the second half in just a minute. But my advice is don't go to the refrigerator now, because the second half highlights are going to be quick.
That's right.
Hi, my name is Charles R. Hicks Sr.
And I'm Charles R. Hicks Jr.
For major repairs of transmission and motor,
to minor repairs such as AC brakes and tune-ups, Transformers has got you covered.
we also offer financing and provide a nationwide warranty for your peace of mind.
So don't trust your automobile to just anyone.
Come to Transformers, Transmission and Complete Auto Repair Specialists, where we can make it shift, we can make it cold, we can make it stop, and we guarantee you we can make it go.
This is Roadrunner Coach Tony Engel. I want you to join another winning team with my friends at Advanced Insurance Strategies. They offer you great service, but more importantly, they offer you the assurance that you're protected today and against whatever tomorrow may bring. After all, isn't peace of mind what insurance is all about? Call my good friend David Pennington at Advanced Insurance Strategies today at 706-226-0186. Beep, beep.
The Catamount and the Chick-fil-A Cow are teaming up to provide you an awesome tailgate meal each home game from 5:30 to kickoff. Be sure to be here by 6 o'clock for the catwalk and get your Chick-fil-A meal for only $6. Chick-fil-A Dalton reminds you to eat more chicken
and go Big Red!
A Level 3 neonatal intensive care unit.
An accredited chest pain center.
Advanced imaging.
Comprehensive and convenient medical care.
The #1 hospital in Northwest Georgia, Chattanooga, for overall hospital care.
Quality and expertise matter. Hamilton Medical Center is here, meeting your health needs with compassion, healing, and excellence.
All right, Coach, we're back for the second half, and we had a running clock this
not
whole
your,
half.
Not your favorite,
not my favorite thing,
moment in this game. Certainly, I agree, but we did choose to kick off twice. That wasn't an anomaly. It wasn't something anybody mixed up. We had a few things that we wanted to work on and wanted to give them an opportunity a little bit. We knew the game was out of control at that point, and so we just felt like it'd be the right thing to do because we knew that we were going to be running the clock the entire half.
We switched up our line of scrimmage here for this first possession. These are the ones, but we bumped Caden Stokes down to center, Jake to left guard, and Dylan Cole to left tackle. We've got guys that are versatile and can do different things, and we wanted to get them in a different position. If you get an injury, you get a bad matchup, something like that, you want to give them a chance. And there's Tyus Love getting some carries,
good
running hard.
runner.
Yeah, absolutely, running hard, doing a nice job.
Good catch right there by JP.
Yep, a little bit high on the
Getting
snap.
the ball.
There goes Keith again.
That's right. Keith had a game high rush for him. Good to see. I mean, he's actually a very dangerous zone back because you can't see him.
Right.
I mean, that's one reason why the trap.
And then you have a hard time tackling him.
Yeah, and then on top of that, that's right. And then we bring in the touchdown maker, right?
Chandler.
He's your new touchdown vulture.
Absolutely.
Is that what it is?
Absolutely.
Bring in Chandler to run the zone keep. Does a great job of reading the end right there. Pulls it. A smart young man who plays wide receiver for us as well as quarterback.
And he's our JV quarterback, and he's doing a great job.
He is.
With our JV team as a quarterback.
And it was his birthday on Saturday, so that, touchdown for the birthday.
Absolutely.
That's right.
So now it's 43-7.
Now you see some of our other younger kids that are coming in here now, but we do have a few of our older guys in there. Thomas Wright, great job right there. Jacob Ferguson, you still see Tariq in there. Great job right there coming up. Just a hard tackle right there. Those guys played hard all night long.
JV offensive line or JV offense actually.
Big throw there.
Leif Land with a nice snag.
That's right.
Chandler,
good throw.
Chandler throwing the ball to him.
Yeah, good catch, Leif. Yep. Good job.
See, we got our Osvaldo, one of our freshmen. He's on the JV offensive line. Hunter Brown, Mal, Leonard, Manny, and Logar.
Oh, he didn't step out there.
No, he didn't step out.
That's where the officials begin to kind of try to keep the game in control. Now, we should say this, though. Used to, though, it wasn't apropos to throw in that. Like once the other team had kind of cried uncle. But now, particularly the short throw is such a part of that's the whole pitch. So, if you're out there in the stands and you want to know why are they still throwing, well, that's part of your offense now, particularly this new stuff that we're trying to do along with everybody else. Great job right there. Roger Quintero in there. Kevin Diaz, such a hard worker right there, one of our wrestlers as well. Good job by Ethan Carroll right here. Good pursuit. Once again, those guys playing hard. They've got some of their JV guys in as well. Way to come up right there. Justin Ketchum.
I think we have a game with them, JV game with them later on.
Coming up, yes, we do. Yep, we sure do.
That's the end of the game, 43-7. Coach Kramer and his staff do a good job.
Dalton Utilities has been a part of our community since 1889, meeting the needs of a growing industry that is now known throughout the world. Over 125 years later, Dalton Utilities is still invested in our community's success, providing safe and affordably priced utility services to help run your home and business. For electricity, natural gas, water, and wastewater services, you can always rely on Dalton Utilities, your hometown connection.
Hi, I'm Dr. Reginald Sherrill. Are you tired of sweaty underarms and dealing with deodorant stains on your clothes? We're performing a procedure called Mirror Dry. It's safe, non-invasive, sweat and odor-free, deodorant-free. It is clinically proven and FDA approved. I've had the procedure and it really works. The procedure takes about 1 hour, it's local anesthesia, and works immediately. Call our office, Dalton Plastic Surgery, 706-226-3311. 706-226-3311.
Train like a pro at Performance Sports Academy. Get one-on-one training from former professional and collegiate players, featuring indoor baseball and softball training facilities, ground ball area, 3 pitching mounds, and 4 batting cages. Performance Sports Academy is also available for team rentals. Call 706-537-3169 today and train like a pro at Performance Sports Academy.
All right, Coach, we're back. Let's talk a little bit about this week's team, the Sprayberry Yellow Jackets. First region opponent. Look at them on film. Big physical football team, right?
Big, physical, fast, well coached. What am I leaving out? Is there anything else that a team could be? Yeah, certainly this is a very, very impressive team. You turn on the film and obviously the first thing that strikes you is the young man that's the running back committed to the University of Oklahoma, 6'1", 215 pounds. But if you get lost, and certainly a couple of teams have done this, you get lost trying to stop him, there's 3 or 4 or 5 other weapons that they have that can burn you and torch you at any time, including the quarterback who's touching the ball every single down. So you look at their line, big and physical, they pull well, they run a scheme very similar to Auburn from the standpoint of the quarterback is considered one of the running backs. So, you really got to pay attention to both guys. He's not a great thrower, but he doesn't have to be. He's got big physical receivers that are fast, that can go up and get the ball. So from an offensive standpoint, very, very physical, very fast, and going to be a very dangerous football team.
Defensively, they 3-4, three big down guys. One of them's number 22, so that's always scary when you got a down man. That's
a guy weighs 300 pounds with
the eligible number. Yeah, that's always a little scary. But they're a fast, physical defense, and it's going to be a challenge for us. And it's been kind of interesting. They've been in our region for the last couple of years, but we have not played them.
That's right.
But we got to see them play against Kell when we were going down to watch Kell before the last two region championship games, and they're not only are they a good team, but when they play with an attitude too. We've seen them. I mean, they're
there's a chip on their shoulder.
They're chippy, and I was going to say confrontational, but they're chippy, and so they're going to bring an attitude.
Yeah, and Coach Shackelford, some people may know Coach Shackelford. He coached in the area at one time here. He's a very, very good football coach. He's a very emotional coach, and I would kind of make this I guess you'd say this point. He will have his team ready to play. They will not come up here and be surprised by Harmon Field. They will not come up here because we played them consistently about 7 years ago, right before 2010. We actually were in the region with them, had some success with them. But they were very good then.
We actually played them when I was in school.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean, we'll go all the way
30
back.
Years ago.
That's right. So there's a team that actually we have a history
Right.
with. So he will reach back into that historic bag and he'll pull it out. And he'll certainly have this team ready to play. I think the other thing about them is they're very sound in the kicking game. We will have to really work hard to find some kinks or some holes in their kicking game because at the end of the day, they're very sound. They will not beat themselves in the kicking game. So to me, they're certainly one of the better teams in the region. And maybe, I mean, depending on what night it is, they may be the best team in the region. Who knows?
Speaking of the region, since we haven't kind of done this yet, it's a different makeup now that we've gone to 7 classifications. Explain how the region will work this year. There's no subdivision. There's no cross. There's none of that stuff.
That's right. We basically traded 3 schools to get 3 schools, and then left out all of the South sub-region. So North Atlanta, North Springs, and Forsyth Central. Those teams are gone. Regrettably, we lost Rome, who was a great rivalry for us. We lost Cass and Woodland. So we picked up basically 4 Cobb County schools. We picked up Osborne, which will not play a football schedule. We'll play them in all the other sports. But then we picked up South Cobb, Altoona, and Harrison. Sprayberry, as you mentioned, was in our region, but we never played them because they were on the south side. So now we play a straight region schedule. We'll play every team, and then you get to the end of the season, and kind of like some people have been seeing here locally, you get to the end of the season, and it's okay, who's got either the best region record, hopefully you've got one undefeated champion. If not, you typically get that 3-1 team loss, and then you got to go into points against, all the tiebreakers.
But it'll be seeded 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's exactly
right. And you'll roll into the playoffs that way. There won't be any of the crossover that last Friday night.
That's right. And it'll be 1, 2 playing at home, 3 and 4 on the road. So once you get into that game 11, nothing has changed. It's the fact that we no longer now have that region play-in game. You now have basically when you get to that last week, it'll be set or it'll be getting set. Like with us, we play Altoona the last week. That game, well, I'm sure, will have some importance from a region standpoint and some standings.
And I think that's good. I think I like playing this straight region schedule, and it's also given us the opportunity to play these 3 local, first 3 local games, which are great for our communities and great for the gate. So.
Yeah, it's great for the schools. Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, well, let's take a quick break. We'll be back in just a minute.
Honesty, integrity, and hard work, leadership, quality, and value. Just a few words to describe the company and people that make up Shaw Industries. Shaw Industries, the world's leading carpet manufacturer, is proud to be a sponsor of Dalton Catamount Football. Shaw Industries, where great floors begin.
Thank goodness it's football time again here in North Georgia. There's nothing like the smell of the grass and the roar of the crowd under the lights on Friday night. Football is a way of life in Dalton, Georgia, and so is the Oakwood Cafe. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, our team is dedicated to serving you the best meal in this area. So next time you're hungry, head on down to the Oakwood Cafe. Your stomach will be glad you did. Oakwood Cafe, for the people, by our people.
Hi, my name is Charles R. Hicks Sr.
And I'm Charles R. Hicks Jr.
An unexpected breakdown can cause a family a heavy financial burden.
Here at Transformers Transmission, we want to ease that burden.
And to help you ease that burden, we now offer 6 and 12 months interest-free financing to help you get back on the road.
So don't trust your automobile to just anyone.
Come to Transformers Transmission and Complete Auto Repair, where we can make it shift, we can make it cold, we can make it stop, and we guarantee we can make it go.
It's hard to believe we've come to the end of week 3.
Unbelievable.
Getting ready to transition from local games into region play, but I know they certainly appreciate, we had great support Friday night down at Sonoraville, just
Absolutely.
a really, really nice turnout.
Our fans just, repetitively, every year, I get so many compliments on, first of all, our fans, the generosity of our fans, if they're holding some sort of raffle or something like that, our fans are buying tickets, but just the pleasure of our fans coming into a stadium and being good sportsmanship and just really supporting our team and you look over there and we got so many different bodies. I mean, you got the cheerleaders, you got the band, and there's so much that's required to move those units because we carry things like bells and we carry things like all the band equipment, all that, and the parents really step up. And I tell you, the one thing that I'm always proud of course, the quarterback club and our players and these bodies that help us are important. But moms and dads do an outstanding job of supporting their kids. And when you look up, and particularly when you look up, and it wasn't necessarily maybe Friday night, but this will happen as we go through the year, especially in the year. You look up on the road, and you got more people in your stands visiting than the home team has. Now, certainly we know that happens when they come here. You look over there and see 5 people. I think we counted last year for one of the games. But at the end of the day, it's really important to these young men when they look up there and they see moms and dads and uncles and girlfriends and neighbors and old alumni, old lettermen that are there, and those dads that come down before the game and meet us coming out on the field. Those are so many just small things, but they're so important to this Catamount experience that we're trying to build for these young men.
Absolutely. All right, I'm going to put you on the spot here. Friday afternoon, you told a story to the team in the pregame meal.
Yeah.
And there's certain things that we stay within the team, but this one I think deserves to be disseminated to the public. So why don't you tell the story?
It's a great, it's what this is to me is what this is about. And you try hard to find those things, but this, I get a text message immediately, and it's going in the team meeting, and it's a Facebook post.
Right after school, we have a team meeting.
That's right.
Everybody's in the commons area, kind of setting the scene.
Yeah, and it's devotion, we have our meal and all that, and so I get this text walking in, and one of the coaches has copied me on a Facebook post that a mother who was there to pick up her child, not related to the team, had basically posted, and I'll paraphrase it, but basically some of our football players were walking in from the parking lot, and some of our special needs students were out waiting for their bus to get on. And the mother just said she was so encouraged in a time of conceited and selfish athletes. She witnessed our players walking in.
Said went out of their way to
interact
with those kids.
To interact and to wave and talk to them and all that, coming into that team devotion. And she just said it kind of basically, she said, it reinstilled my faith that there's still good athletes out there. And it could have been anybody, and I don't even really want to know who the post was. I really don't even know who the players were. But it just shows that, we got great young men that are playing for us and great coaches that are teaching them the right way, great parents that are teaching them the right way, and there's just things that's more important. They're just more important, and to me, you win those battles, you win those hearts and souls, you win that, you know what, winning on the field becomes a byproduct of that because you're coaching good people. And I'm just proud of those young men. I'm proud of the way they represented our program. And, you know, certainly in a time and day where we're talking about kneeling and standing and how many, you know, arrests and all that, man, it's so good for your program to be represented by young men like that. And so mom and dads, whoever you are, I appreciate what you've done for these young men. And certainly to that mother, I appreciate her relaying that information and getting out there. It warmed my heart. I know it did our coaches. Absolutely. And it really, our team kind of rallied around that Friday night. That was important.
I
Thanks
thought
for sharing that.
The point that you made that you told the team, you said we've already won now.
Yes,
you know, the game is secondary. We've already won. When you get things like that, and our guys doing stuff like that,
absolutely,
that's kind of
that's the gist.
The point of it.
That's
right?
exactly right. And you know, I know there's more, but that was one of those. I call them snapshots. That was a snapshot that somebody took for us. And you know, you as a coach, you certainly know this as well as anybody. You look for when you're trying to coach the right way, and certainly our coaches here at Dalton High School, we try to do it the right way. We're not perfect. We're going to mess it up. But boy, to have little snapshots of affirmation that, hey, somebody's hearing it, somebody's getting it, and to share that with the parents, particularly to share it with the kids, that raw, immediately after it happened, man, that's the world we live in. It's real time. So real time, good news and bad news. But boy, that just was awesome. It was just really awesome.
Well, let's end on that. Like we always do, we'll say be back next week, same cat time, same cat channel.
Go Big Red.